Good morning, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Today, I want to give a testimony of how I trusted God as a young man and how God came through in power, opened the doors, and made a way for me. I was a young man full of responsibilities that could not allow me to save a dime because my father had passed away when we were young. So I was responsible to feed my family, pay two rentals, mine and my mom and sisters. So it was very hard for me even to think of getting married. So I had really to trust God for my marriage. So I told God that, God, I want to pay Lobola for my fiancée. It was in January. So I said, God, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to inform my in-laws that I'll be coming in February next month to pay my Lobola. And I was sitting on nothing. So I did that. That very same day when I was coming from my in-laws, a good friend of mine, whom I went with to my in-laws, I never told him anything about my financial status. I was acting and behaving like everything is normal and I'm blessed and I'm thriving in life. And he was moved to bless me with $1,000. And $1,000 back then was a lot of money. Wow, what a breakthrough, because I trusted God. And I remember when I told my boss that I'm going to pay Lobola next month, how also he gave me 3,000. It was a miracle. He was just excited and he said, Max, I'm giving you 3,000. And how God came through for me, and everything was made possible in a blinking of an eye. And in April, I said, I'm going to be wedding in April. Even the family members thought that I was out of my mind, because no one who pays Lobola and then in 2 months is talking about wedding, because you need a year to plan for that. But everything was about trusting God. I was really trusting God. I was crazy. I was really crazy trusting God. And so I said in April, I'll be wedding. Yeah, I'll be having my wedding in April. And I tell you what, God came through. How he provided. The church had grown to about 1,000.56 people. And thinking of feeding such a big number of people, it was a big deal. But how God made it possible, he just moved the hearts of man. He just made me to be fond of the people. People came from all over, and they started to just bless me. And God just made it possible for me. And all the people were fed on my wedding. It's amazing to see such things happening in my life. If I had not taken a step of trusting God, that God, I'm going to do this and I'm doing this because I'm trusting in you, I think by now I'll still be single. I would have been still single by now. But because I trusted God and he came in power. And I want to encourage you. The Bible says in Luke 9:62, no one who puts his hands on the plow and looks back is fit for the kingdom. If you put your hands on the plow, you're trusting God. You trusting God, believe God. Take the finger of God and point at your mountains and speak at your mountains to be removed. They will be removed. It's about trusting God and nothing else. And because God is faithful to his word, he will come through. He makes a barren woman keep home. He calls things which be not as though they were already existing. He makes a way where there seems to be no way. The Bible says, as for God, his way is perfect. The word of the Lord is flawless. He can be trusted. Friends, I trust that God is going to encourage you even through my testimony of trusting God. God bless you and stay blessed. Thank you.